show here. I'm heading out of town to go visit some family. I'm really excited. I'm gonna go visit my son, and then on Saturday I'm gonna go and visit my husband's grandpa, so my grandparents basically, and they're on the Italian side of the family, and he's got lots of great stories about the Kansas City mob, how his family ran the mob from here to Vegas. So it's kind of interesting. So I want to know more about it. I've got my microphone and I'm going to interview him. So, and I got notes. I've got questions I want to ask. My microphone, my phone. I'm going to videotape and record. So I'm super excited. I also, just want to encourage you to do that now while you can. Do some family history and record. If you can't do anything but record stories of your relatives right now, please do it, because you'll regret it when they pass on and you don't have those stories and those memories. So I encourage you to do that. So a week ago today, I found out my stepmom was in the hospital. If you've seen some of my previous videos or you've seen my conversion story, you will know that I had a very dysfunctional childhood, a very abusive childhood, and I just didn't have good earthly parents, which that's okay. But she passed away Saturday night, like at 9:32, and it's just really ironic. She took some opiates and some benzo, and took the medication to kill herself. She threatened to do it prior to doing it, and then she ended up doing it. So her son must have not taken her seriously. It's just a really, I don't know. My dad and my stepmom were members of the church, and I always say I'm so thankful that they raised me and not my mom, my biological mother, because if they wouldn't have raised me, I don't know that I would have ever known about the church or be the person I am because of the church. Like, maybe I just don't think I ever would have been introduced to the church. So I don't have any regrets. My childhood was pretty sucky. It was miserable. It was a nightmare, pretty much. But I made it through, and God had plans, and I've got some ideas about this whole thing. So there's 10 kids. If you want to hear a little bit of the backstory, hang on, watch the rest of this video. I wasn't going to talk about all this, but I think I will. Why not? I think it might be good for me to talk about. It might be good. It might be therapeutic. So I just got to make sure I don't miss my turn. So there's 10 kids between all of us. And my biological mom, bless her heart, she was married 5 times, and she struggled with alcohol. She's not struggling with alcohol anymore. That's good. Her last husband passed on, and she's remained single since. And I've tried to have a relationship with my mom as an adult, and my mom, I just don't want to say anything bad about my parents, but I don't know how to say it nicely. It's hard to have a relationship with narcissism, and let's just leave it at that. And so I love her, but toxic relationships. And so I'm glad my dad raised me, because I knew the church. And here's the other thing. So what's interesting is my mom had my oldest brother when she was like 15 or 16, and he was adopted by my dad. Okay, so my half brother's adopted by my dad, and then my youngest stepsister, who was raised in the home with me and my other siblings, but 2 other biological siblings, an older sister and brother, and I were all raised together by my dad. And my brother Rodney was raised by my mom, and he was the one who was adopted by my dad. So you following me? Okay. Then my stepsister May. So there was 4 of us in the house. The other kids my stepmom had were grown up, except for one, and I'm not going to get into him. It's not worth my breath. So my dad adopted my stepsister May. Okay, I keep saying that because there's a key thing to this. So dysfunctional family on both sides, right? Lots of trauma, but my stepsister May and I have always been close. Even though we fought as young children, like young children do, my stepmom manipulated us and would turn us against each other. Try to turn my sister against me. And anyways, there's just craziness. But we really, really got tighter and tighter as we got older because we had to stand strong together and protect each other. And we're just trying to survive together. And my dad adopted her. Her name is May. And it's really interesting that her dad let him adopt her. And I don't know how much to go into this. I could really go into this. I'm just thinking, how much do I want to get personal? Or should I even post this video, right? So, I think, I was talking to my stepsister, May, the other day, who's basically my real blood sister. She's Samoan, which I love. I love that she's Samoan because I get to learn so much more about that culture, and I love their culture. But she's Polynesian, and she's a huge family. I love all her family that I get to meet. And they're just really sweet people. And so I have this extended family by my sister May, and my sister May has this extended family by my dad. And my sister May was sealed in the temple to my dad and my stepmom when we were really young. I think it was in the Washington, D.C. temple. And they were sealed together also. So my sister May is connected to me through my dad. We're connected. Heavenly Father looks at us that way. And so because my dad married her mom and he adopted her, we'll be connected forever through eternity as a family, which to me makes it all worth it. Everything I went through worth it because I'm connected to her. I'm connected to my other siblings too, but that's obviously through birth, right? But what if I was born, like what if all this was a plan somehow? I don't know. This is kind of crazy to think about because I don't know how all this works. All this divorce and dysfunctional and out of wedlock and, you know, I don't know how this all works. We're supposed to keep the law of chastity, right? We're supposed to do things a certain way, but we know that God hasn't always done things structured, right? Not if you read the Bible and the Book of Mormon, you know things can be done a little bit differently once in a while. So I just wonder if this whole me being born to my dad and all this going down, my dad getting with my stepmom was so I could be connected to my sister May. I don't know. I know it's a crazy idea. Maybe, I don't know, let me know what you think. I just like the idea of that because we went through all that, because I know that we kind of pick our scenario, we see our trials and we say, yes, I can do that, I promise. Maybe my trial had something to do with that. Maybe that was part of the plan. And not only that, like I'm a stronger person because of that trial, and it's like the refiner's fire, right? Like, I feel like I've been more and more refined because of the trial I've had in my life, the trials, because of the heartache and the trauma and the abuse and everything. But I mean, it's just a blip. It's just a small little blip, and I'm so glad that I don't have to live through that ever again. You know, I don't. And it's good knowing that my dad and my stepmom are not here anymore, that they can't hurt me anymore, they can't speak ill of me anymore to anybody, they just can't hurt me anymore. And Heavenly Father, He'll take care of it. And just knowing all that just gives me such peace. So I know it's probably hard for people to understand who haven't been abused or haven't experienced something like I have. And I'm not being mean. I don't wish ill will. Yes, I want, God to have His vengeance, and He will. But I hope that they can find peace, but just find peace without me, because I don't want to be a part of them. When you don't have that loving, I just don't feel like I was ever loved by my parents. I just don't. And I would say they didn't love me because they really didn't ever show it. They don't know how to show it if they did love me. So, I mean, maybe my dad did. I don't know. He never stood up for me, so I don't know. He knew what was going on and just didn't. I don't know. I think he wanted a babysitter, and I think she wanted a freeload. And not that my dad had lots of money, because we were poor and he worked 2 jobs all the time, but I don't know. Who knows? I will have answers someday, but all I know is that I'm happy now. I'm at peace. I wish them the best. They got each other. That's what they wanted in this life, and they'll have each other in eternity. So, I mean, to each their own. So I will get to doing a video next week. Just wanted to jump on here, tell you a little bit about what went on with my stepmom. She passed away. Me and 2 of my sisters, and I think my brother, we're all really relieved, and it's a good thing. So I'm so happy that I have the gospel. I know the plan of salvation. I know God's got my back. He does. And more and more, I know that, and I realize that. The more I see miracles, the more I get a glimpse of things that He wants me to see. That He's watching, He's listening, He's here. So don't, there is a huge something in the tree in the road. There's a huge Christmas tree. Smart people, smart. So where was I? Just want to wish you guys a good weekend. So I'd let you know I wasn't going to be in town. I normally would get a video out by tomorrow, but it's not going to happen. So next week I'll just work towards my goal of getting like 2 to 3 videos out for you guys. Like I said, I'm working hard on learning how to use Family Tree Maker, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm bringing Family Tree Maker to you soon, I promise. But there's so much to learn. It's never over. It's never done. I guarantee you got family history out there to do. If you don't think you do, check it out, because I'm sure you do. So, alright, you guys, have a good weekend. Keep spreading the Book of Mormon. Like, keep talking to people. I have like 3 in my car right now. I spread them as much as I can, and I brought a couple with me this weekend. Maybe I'll share a few. So just keep spreading the Book of Mormon, saying your prayers, doing your family history work, and everything will be alright. And don't forget to ask for angels to be dispatched to help you with what you need, because they will. I know it. So, alright, you guys. Thanks for listening to me chit chat. not going to go into too much more about all that, but I'm just glad that Heavenly Father is real. He exists. He knows what we need. I'm sad for him because right now he's probably sad because my parents made poor choices, and so it probably hurts him more than it does me, because not only did they hurt me, like it, you know, they kind of failed at the test here. And so I don't know how much they get to progress. I don't quite understand that, you guys. So I know I've had people say, well, now they can progress, or, well, didn't they already have a chance? They already knew. They were already members of the church. They already knew. So I don't know. I'm kind of confused how they can still progress. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I know that we still can, but it's like, they broke a lot of laws, God's laws, so do they get a kingdom within the celestial kingdom because they were baptized and all that? So anyways, I'm just rambling my thoughts out there. So those are just some things that go through my head, but I don't know. Anyways, you guys, I'm ending the video. You guys take care. I'll see you next week. I promise. I'll see you next week. Good luck in your family history. And remember that app. Download it. If you speak a native language, you probably can help out with the app. So, and then if you want to connect with me, you can go to Joyous Genealogist on Facebook and connect with all of us in the group there. And that's about it, you guys. Remember to like and share if you like the video. Bye. Catch you next time.